Hi everybody. Good afternoon. We are going to start a session in a while. Please share the link so that other people join and then we can start. All right, we'll share the link and then once other people, like 2 or 3 people join, we can start. So just hang on there. If you are watching this video after the live, take your time. All the good news is in there once the session has started. All right, let's start the session. Let's start the session. So our guest speaker is on and we will start now. So I'm dropping the link. If you want to be interviewed, just join the link and then we can start. Hello, Mr. Hans.
Hi, Amy. Good evening.
Good evening. How are you doing today?
I'm good. How are you too?
I'm good too. I don't know if Bright is ready. Yeah, okay. So Bright, Mr. Hans spoke to us yesterday. He did mention that he's self-funding himself, and then the remaining will be funded by his uncle. So he wanted to get his story right for the funding. So if you're able to, Mr. Hans, if you are ready, Bright can start before even people join.
Hello, Mr.
Yeah.
Hans. Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Okay. So, before we start, I would like to know like a little bit about yourself. Let's say the background. So, the course you are going to read and the university and how much, so that I can ask the question along the line.
Okay. Well, I am not really structured to go to the interview, but maybe whatever I have, I can just share. For
Sure.
now,
Okay.
yeah, I'm still preparing towards it. I'll be going in October, so I'm just
Oh, October.
trying
You
to
have
put my
quite some time. Yeah, you have quite some time.
yeah, no. So I'm just trying to put my information together for now.
Okay.
So, but then I can give a bit of background so that any advice you can give me how to shape it
Sure.
up.
Sure. Sure.
I told them yesterday I'm non-funding. My deficit is 29,900 thereabouts. So that's let's say 30,000 in all.
Yeah, 30K.
Uh, Yeah, I'm going to Central Michigan University.
Okay.
Yeah, and then I'm going for information systems
Okay.
with a major in business data analytics and cybersecurity.
Okay.
Uh, yeah, so those are the two concentrations I
Okay.
want to
Good.
do.
Then we
Yeah.
can go ahead. Okay. So, Mr. Hans, welcome. Why do you want to study information systems?
I want to study information systems because uh, see, I'm not putting information together. So, but then, okay. So
Mhm.
let me just come again. Come again.
Okay, I
So
think we
I
can just look at the funding story that you wanted us to look at, and then the next time
that
you
will
can.
help me,
Okay.
and I'll
Okay.
prepare for it properly.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure. Okay. So, okay, I can see you have a deficit of $30,000. How are you planning to fund that?
Okay. So I'll be funding my deficits with my personal savings of about $25,000, and the remaining will be handled by my uncle, who has always been very much invested in my education, particularly when my dad passed on. And so he offered to take part the remaining part of my deficit.
So, I see you said you are going to fund part of it. What have you been doing to accumulate that money?
Okay, so I've been working for about 15 years now. And so over the years, I've been able to put some savings together. And so I'm falling on that to be able to support my education in the US in Central Michigan University. Um, so that on my return back to Ghana, it would all the knowledge I'll gain, the insights I'll gain into the field and with the technical skills I'll gain would give me or get me ahead in the space uh, back in my organization, and I'll be able to get a higher position. And so, yeah, something like that. I've not put my
Okay,
theory
okay.
together, so I'm
That's
just trying to
good.
patch it up. Yeah.
Yeah. So when we talked about the funding, you say, okay, I have $15,000 saved for myself for the 15 years I've been working at EcoBank Ghana, and I'll use that as part of my to pay my deficit. The rest, which is another $15,000, would be catered for by my uncle, who has since been taking care of me throughout school before I started working. He earns so and so money and works in ABCD company, and is very happy to take care of me to continue or to finish the the course you want to take. And after that, I'll come back to Ghana, where I'll use the skills I've gained to pursue a branch manager or something, um, career path at EcoBank. And yeah, so if you say something of that, I don't think it's bad. I think it should be approved. It should be easier. And I believe you should have a bank statement showing you have that money in your account, and also your uncle's bank statement. Yeah, I think
Mm.
that is fine, right? What do you think about that yourself?
Yeah, I think it's fine. But I also, well, I don't know whether there'll be questions along my wife and my two kids. You have
Oh, okay. Then let's go back and research. So if you use your $15,000 to fund, who is going to be taking care of your family back home?
okay. So we have a family business that my wife runs. She is the MD of the organization, and so that would be good enough. We have an annual income of about $50,000 every year. And so I'm sure that is good enough to take care of her and the
Okay.
kids back at
Uh,
home.
Okay. Then it will be good you mention about the family business when you are talking about your savings. It's not just your savings from the work you've been doing. I think it
Hmm.
will be good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so you will also like you go like so your studies will be funded by yourself with a personal savings of $15,000. You and your wife also have a family business that your wife is currently the managing director of that business. the business earns an annual of $50,000. Additionally, your uncle who has been investing in your education up to this time is also going to support you with the rest of the money with a bank statement of, then you pass the bank statement to the person.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think yeah.
Would it be required that would they request of any statements of the business, bank
Normally,
statements
yeah, no,
or
sometimes yeah, you have to send a business certificate
If
and
it's an existing business, maybe you want to send a business certificate, not
certificate
necessarily the
and
bank statement of the business, but something that shows the business is existing.
yeah.
okay,
And if you have the bank statement of the business, who knows? Maybe they might ask. But if you have it and shows that it's a legit business, then you can just send it. Yeah, there is nothing wrong with putting a lot of meat in one soup.
okay.
Yeah,
Thank you. Okay,
thank you so much.
thank you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so and I think
thank you.
you sh- you should start thinking about the normal questions: why why information
Systems.
system, and why you want to study at the US, and why you are leaving your family behind. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
okay. I'll work on those and get back. Yeah,
sure,
yeah.
sure, sure. Okay, thank
Thank
you
you.
so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, right. Let's go to Rihan.
Hello, Rehan.
Hello, officer. How are you?
Fine, thank you. I want to remember. I think you are going to study data science or computer science, right?
Yeah, sir. Computer science.
Yeah. Is it at which school? Is it Illinois? Um.
Just let him say,
Okay, yeah.
let's
Rehan,
go.
can you remind me of the school?
Sir, I have applied for the Wright State University, Ohio.
Okay. Hi. Okay, Rehan. So, welcome. Pass me your documents.
Here it is, sir.
What generated your interest or stimulated your interest in computers?
Sir, I have always been fascinated about technology, computer and softwares and how it works. And my interest in computer science grew as I learned more about them. And my previous study, where my subjects were maths, physics, and chemistry, has given me the strong analytical foundation and problem solving skills, which is essential in computer science. So I love the idea to use these skills to solve the real world problems.
Okay, I think that is a good answer. But if you can state maybe some problem you saw somewhere that you want to solve with the computer science that stimulated the interest in studying the computer science, I think that would be fine. So you can look for just a small problem and put it in there. You've been wondering about this problem and how to solve it, and realizing that you have the and analytical skills which you can put to use through computer science, this problem can be solved. So yeah, I think that would be better. But your answer too is good. So why did you choose Ohio State right
Right,
at Ohio
Shri?
State? Yeah.
Sir, I have chosen the Right State University as it offers a welcoming environment for the international students with a wide range of courses and a diverse academic program, hands-on learning with a supportive community. Additionally, I also got the scholarship of $10,000 from this university. And along with all the various opportunities, this university is providing a valuable educational experience for the global learners.
And what are your plans after studies?
Sir, I would like to come back to India and work as a full stack developer in any leading company such as Amazon India, Infosys, and TCS. So I have a commitment to contribute to the technological sector back in my home country.
Okay, that is great. And how are you planning to fund this dream?
Sir, my father is sponsoring me with his savings of rupees 45 lakhs, and there is a loan of 30 lakhs from HDFC Bank.
Okay. So I think that is good. And what do you know about Ohio itself?
Sir, basically, Ohio is also known for the birthplace of Wright brothers as they invent airplanes. And Ohio is the state of art, and there are many visiting places for Ohio, like National Air Force Museum, the Dayton Art Institute, and Woodland Cemetery, which I would like to visit there.
Okay, I'll approve your visa and take this sheet. I think that is good.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, and your articulation too is good. You know what you're saying. You've planned. You've rehearsed for some time, and I think it's better. Yeah.
Sir, any feedback for me, sir, to improve more
Um, I think the only thing is what I said earlier, which was about
interest?
yeah. What stimulated the interest? Normally they ask, yeah, why computer science, why civil engineering, why so and so. So you gave a very good answer about your analytical skills. But normally, if you find a problem and you are trying to solve, I think that makes it a wholesome. Yeah.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Uh, Thank you.
Kwabna, you ready?
Yes, please, I'm ready.
Okay. Kwabna, welcome. Why business administration?
So, I have been inspired to embark on my journey to earn a bachelor degree in business administration at University of North Carolina in Pembroke and drive into a business essential principles such as marketing, finance, human resources, which are closely aligned with my career goals to becoming a project manager in my father's business company. This program will offer a comprehensive study of business This program offers a comprehensive study of better business concepts such as marketing, finance, human resources. And my aim is not to only uphold the family business, but also drive into the company into a sustainability.
Okay. So why didn't you apply to Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology or Legon?
I studied this business administration and management at the University of North Carolina because University US is a home to top-tier business schools that offer state-art facilities and access to cutting-edge technologies. This ensures that students are not only learning theoretical concepts, but also applying them through practical and real-world experience. And this program in the US also offers internship and partnership with a leading global company that providing invaluable hand-on experience in the United States of America.
Oh, okay. So how many universities did you apply to?
I applied to three universities. That's University of North Carolina, University of Wingate, and the Rice State University. But I choose to study University of North Carolina at Pembroke because of its estimated reputation in business administration and their robust academic curriculum. And the
Okay.
faculty members
With the
are
academic curriculum, what is your study plan and what are some of the courses you'll be taking?
embarking on this journey at the University of North Carolina at Pembroke. It's a 120 credit hours, and some of the courses I'll be taking during my years are Introduction of Business Management, Principles of Accounting, Finance, Human Resources, Marketing, Business Electives, which are aligned with my career goal of becoming a project manager in my father's company and gain comprehensive skills, strategic, financial marketing, and leadership role in Ebenezer Coding Company, where I will lead this activity to make sure business goals are met effectively upon my return to Ghana.
And how are you planning to fund this dream?
My cost of my total cost of attendance of $122 will be covered by my father, Ebenezer Justice Atta. He is the CEO and the founder of Ebenezer Clothing Company, which operates in Accra, Coast, and Kumasi, with a strong established presence in international markets such as UK, France, Belgium, and Hungary. Through his hard working and dedication, my father earns annual average profit of 80,000 US dollars, and one of his notable achievements is being the sole designer and the producer of school uniform for Government Old School in Western Region and Greater Accra Region. In addition to his successful business venture, my father also has a track record of sponsoring educational pursuit within our family, having funded my sister Agnes Atta to do her master's degree in textiles and design in Denmark, and since she completed in 2018, she returned back to Ghana to hold a position as the operational head in our family businesses.
Okay, that is nice. I'm approving your visa. But
Thank you,
anyway,
sir.
what are your plans after graduating?
Upon completing business administration and management at the University of North Carolina, my primary aim is to introduce innovative practice and modelize the business into a high success and sustainability, and also explore the opportunities in my field using the comprehensive skill that gained during my journey, such as strategic planning, financial management, leadership, to take up a managerial role in a Ebenezer clothing company, where I oversee this activity to make sure business goals are met effectively.
Okay, that's great. Thank you for having you. I'm approving your visa.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, Kwabena, I think obviously you know you are doing well, so just keep it up. Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Madam, please, any feedback?
Yeah, not that I have. I was trying to those not frequently asked questions.
Okay.
So, what are some of the most frequently? What are some of the most significant challenges you expect to face while you are studying in the US?
Please, the question again.
What are some of the significant challenges you expect to face while you are studying in the US?
I'm not planning to face. I will, I'm a culture diverse individual where we expect to understand the cultural differences in the United States of the open-minded approach to new experiences, and also interact with local students that will help me understand the principles in the United States of America.
Okay, I think that works. You're culturally individual, and then you've heard about the weather, so I think that works.
Okay, okay,
Okay. Because of the number of people that want to join, I'll drop you, and then once you're
okay,
on the call, you can join the link again when the number go down, and then you can also interview people for us.
okay.
Brett, can you interview Henry? Hello, Henry. Are you ready to be interviewed?
Yes, madam.
Okay. Bright, we can hear you.
Please, can I know the funding situation, and the school and the course?
Yes, I'm going to Johns Hopkins University
Okay. Yeah.
to pursue clinical mental health counseling. My
Okay.
deficit is $40,900, and
Okay.
I'm being fully funded by my organization.
Okay. Um. So tell me, why are you interested in mental health?
Yes, so I currently practice as a psychotherapist after my Master of Philosophy in Clinical Psychology from the University of Ghana, with my organization, taking care of church members and community members who are struggling with psychological and mental health issues such as depression, anxiety, and a host of other mental conditions that we have been taking care of them. So I'm pursuing this 3-year professional master's in clinical mental health because in the course of my duties for the past over 5 years, there are some gaps from my master, the first master degree I obtained, which I've been using to work. There are some gaps, and therefore this program is meant to help me fill in those gaps in by way of giving me certain skill sets that will help me to help my client
Tell me
back in
about
Ghana.
those
Henry,
gaps.
are you able to? Yeah, are you able to tell us which gaps? Because you don't leave
Yes,
it.
so
So you don't leave it to the description of the visa officer to ask you which gaps, because someone who is in a hurry to ask the next question might not ask you, but you kept reference
adolescent,
without stating them.
yes, so adolescent counseling and addiction is one of them, and then also entrepreneurship in mental health, because in the next 5 years, the strategic plan of the organization is to establish a new center in the northern sector of Ghana. The current one is in the southern sector, which is in the Greater Accra. So a study in entrepreneurship in mental health is going to help the organization set up a, a modern state of the art facility at the northern sector, while the skill set is also used to enhance and help the appreciation of the current state in the southern sector. Again, development of skills in and competencies in diversity and equity is one of the areas that I'm going to be skilled in, and also
Henry,
advocacy in mental health.
I
Okay,
think
so
that
I
you've been saying a lot. You basically want to say the same thing, right? So put your thoughts together about what was the question again?
so why he's interested in
Why
mental health. So
mental?
I think, Henry, this is the thing. You have a very good point because you've been working in the field and you know about these things, and your company is planning to um to increase or to establish more branches. So it will be better to coin it around that place and make it concise and precise. You get it? Because you have a very
Okay.
good point. Yeah, you have a very solid point. But it's like the visa interview takes up 2 to 3 minutes. Even 3 minutes is long. I don't think you get visa interview up to 5 minutes. That's like rare situations. Because like they have a lot of people they are interviewing. So when you make it concise and precise, then you just give it to them, then you are gone. But anyway, that is the reason why we are all here and we are practicing. So now we have,
Okay.
yeah, we have to find a way to make it concise. So you just have to talk about your experiences and why you became interested in it, and also your, yeah. I think it's just about how you got interested in mental health. But anyway, let's continue. So, um, how did you hear about the John Hopkins course, and who is going to fund you?
Yeah. So, by my research and the recommendation by my boss, who also studied in Johns Hopkins University for his PhD, he recommended that due to the gaps in the next 5 years that we are looking at, I should take on those particular courses in Johns Hopkins University, and that would help us appreciate the.
Okay, what about the funding?
Yeah, so I'm being funded fully by my organization, because the idea is that I'll come back to take the place of my boss, who will be on retirement by the next 5 years. So we've been working for the past 6 years, and hopefully by the time I return after 3 years, um, we will be seeing him off while I take over from him and then expand the company to the other parts of the country.
Yeah, that's a very solid point. Saying your company is sponsoring you and linking it to you coming back. It's a very solid point. Yeah, that's very solid. Okay, so tell me about your study plan. What are some of the things you'll be studying?
Yeah, so the study plan, my program is a 3 year master's, professional master's program, and the first 2 years is going to take the coursework, and the third year is going to be about practicum and internship. The coursework would include development and counseling, addiction and counseling, human development, advocacy and social justice in
Uh,
counseling.
that's good. And already you stated you are planning to come back. But what if you get a job opportunity there? Would you consider taking it?
No, I am not staying because my employment my my employees are sponsoring me, and I have a bond to return to pursue the next strategic development goal that we have in our company. So I am
Okay.
satisfied to return back here.
Okay, your employer is sponsoring you because you have a bond that you'd have to come back and take up the position, and you are a person of integrity, so you'd have
Integrity.
to. Yeah, I think
Yes.
that's good. So now the only thing we have to fix is why you are studying that particular course, why you
Okay.
how you generated interest in that, and I'm sure by
Okay.
tomorrow you fix it. Then we come back and see that particular
Can I
question.
ask a question? Do I have to start from how I started pursuing mental health? That's like from maybe undergraduate. Do I have to say something related to that?
Okay, I know Bismarck is on the call. Let me see what he can say about that. Hello, Bismarck.
Hi, right.
Yeah, so what do you have to say about that? Why he has interest in mental health?
Well, I wasn't really following everything, but I think in general, he can mention something like maybe he's passionate about the program and certain things that triggers his passion about the program,
Yeah,
and maybe some challenges or issues he finds in those fields that uh, he sympathizes with those issues or challenges and he wishes to correct it. He
yeah,
can even cite a scenario in such a way that maybe a family or a close relative was a victim of such challenge, and because of that he 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 was determined and he was passionate about to dig deeper into that field and help anyone who faces that. So I think he can maybe
yeah.
yeah, he can say something around this.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that is good. So you have to state something that stimulated your interest in it. And after saying that,
Okay.
yeah, you trying to get solution to that, maybe you can just seal everything with the job that you do that. Yeah. And you also you've been working in the field for the past
Okay.
5 years and realize that indeed there are serious gaps which needs to be fixed. Which
Okay.
yeah, yeah. So I think the experience is good and everything
Thank
should be
you,
fine.
bro.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank
Okay.
you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
sorry, I just have one comment.
All
um
right.
yes, so as you know, the embassy is very critical, or um they are very strict on I think two or three things, and if you're able to express those two or three things very well, you're able to prove that you meet those two or three requirements, then it means your visa is almost assured. One of them is your financial situation, and good for you, you are being fully funded by your company, right?
Yeah.
He, is he on the call?
Yeah, he's muted.
Oh, okay. It's just one person who can speak at a time.
No, no, I think he accidentally muted
Yeah.
himself. Or maybe
Oh,
he
okay.
has yeah.
Yes. So fortunately for him, his company is funding him. So that side is sorted. He should be able to really capitalize on that. That due to his very high performance in the work field and the kind of things he brought on board, it impressed the company and they are fully funding him. So with financial situation, he has no problem there. And the second thing that he has to meet is um, establishing some sort of home ties, something to show them that when you are done with your program, you come back. And you can capitalize on this same thing, that because your company is funding you, it's kind of in the contract that you have to return to also pay back to the company. Okay, you have to return to a higher position in your company to help grow the company and also together offer some services to the community. So I feel like you should capitalize on these two to really meet these two requirements. It's very important.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. I think yeah, that should be fine. Henry, so it's only about that your funding story is it's good. You returning back it's good because you are committed and the home ties you just have to clearly um let it be known. Then it's only about why you are studying that course, why you're passionate.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
sure.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Okay. Emmy, can you take over and let them?
Yeah. Augustina, can we go next? Right. We just spoke with Henry, right?
Yes.
Okay. So I'll do be okay. Okay. Let's go, Henry. Augustine, are you ready? I don't think Augustina is ready. Chris, are you ready?
Okay, what about Rachel?
Rachel has not been added. So I'll drop
Yeah,
one.
Chris is trying to mute his mic, unmute his mic rather. Sorry, good evening.
Yeah, good evening. Right, Chris is ready. So we can do Chris. And if Augustina comes after, we add Augustina.
Okay, Chris. So,
Good evening, sir.
good evening. So, tell me about the thing you are going to study first before I start it. I see that at the University of Bridgeport, Connecticut. And
Yeah,
what about the
University of
course?
Newport. Masters in Business Administration.
Okay, okay. And the MBA, what is the specialization?
Business Administration.
Okay, business administration. Okay. And do you have any, let's say, gap, or you just completed bachelor's and you are trying to go, or you've been working for some time?
Sorry?
Have you been working for some time now?
And I've been 2020 and I've been working since.
Your network is. Hello, Chris.
Chris, your network is not good. So find a place to stand and then we can continue. Augustine, are you ready? All right. I removed Augustina and Chris. Chris should be able to join again. Bismarck, Comfort, are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay.
Okay, so Comfort, please, can we know the course you are going to study and your funding situation and the school?
Please, I can't hear you, Mr. Bright. Please, I can't hear you.
Hello, Comfort, please, can you hear me now?
I'm not getting any sound from your side, please.
Comfort, that should be from your end because you are able to hear him. Isaac, are you
Okay.
ready?
Comfort, can you drop and just join again? Or
Oh,
maybe
what is the problem?
Isaac, are you ready? If you are not ready, please don't join the StreamYard link. Rahel, are you ready?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good evening.
Yeah, Bright, let's do Rahel. If you are not ready, please do not join the StreamYard link.
hello, Rachel, how are you doing?
I'm fine, thank you, sir. Good morning.
Okay, yeah. So, um, okay. I see you are going to East Tennessee University, State University, and can you tell me about the course you are going to read before we start?
I'm going to pursue a bachelor's degree in chemistry at the East Tennessee State University in Johnson City. I might choose chemistry because I've always been fascinated by the molecular intricacies of chemical reactions and how they can be annexed to produce new pharmaceuticals. I particularly chose chemistry with a focus in medicinal chemistry due to the fact that I lost my younger sister some years back due to a chronic illness and it took her life. So I have always wanted to assist people, like enlightening them on the usage of drugs and the like. So that was why I chose chemistry with a
Okay, that's
particular
good.
focus in medicinal chemistry.
So, why do you have this gap in your education and why do you have this long-term educational gap?
After high school, I took a gap year, and since my sister fell ill, I had to take a break from my studies to comport myself and my family. And also, I also helped my mom in her business throughout my gap year.
Okay, that is good. So, why did you select East Tennessee University? How many universities did you apply for, and why did you finally select this one?
I chose three schools and I got admitted into all. But I chose the East Tennessee State University because their major in chemistry aligns with my interest of study. And also, the school is affiliated with Ballad Health, which will enable me, after completing my studies, to come back to Nigeria to, as I intend to work with the National Agency for Food, Drugs Administration and Control. And also, I wish to understand the Nigerian pharmaceutical industry, so with the skills and experience I'll get from the US, I'll be able to work here in Nigeria to understand the Nigerian pharmaceutical chemistry. And also in my long-term goal, I plan to set up a business which will help people in my locality with my area of study, which will help them to purchase drugs at an affordable price.
Okay, that's not bad at all. But then the only problem we have is the funding. How are you going to fund it? With
Yes, sir.
this, okay, go on.
My mom will be sponsoring my education throughout in the US. She owns a personal business and she owns a construction company that deals with importation and exportation of construction materials. She has a total staff strength of 19, and she earns an average of $60,000 annually.
Okay, I think I'll be approving your visa. But then let me ask you this. After studying in the US, if you get a job to sponsor your mom back home, would you take it?
No, sir. After getting my degree in the US, I'll come back to Nigeria to attend my compulsory national youth service program here, and also I plan to work with NAFDAC to understand the Nigerian pharmaceutical company and help them, and help work with them in order to help people in my locality, because my sister died as a result of um a chronic illness. And also I would like to enlighten people on the usage of drugs in order for them not to fall victim of my own
Okay.
case.
I think this is good, but one thing I would like you to either add is maybe I don't know if maybe your sister was misdiagnosed and she died, or she was given wrong medication and she died, or she fell ill, but because the medication to treat it wasn't there. You understand? So
Yes, sir.
you get it. I understand, like it's a very sentimental situation, but you have to add one of these three things I've said. Maybe when she fell sick, the the medicine which was needed to treat it wasn't readily available in Nigeria. So that was one of the major reasons why she passed out. And because that she's been part of you, that has been one of the most pain you've gone through. And through that pain, you realized you could solve it if you study chemistry, or you understand.
Yes,
So
sir.
yeah, I think after all, everything is good, and if you're able to put it the way I put it, I think you should be fine. Yeah. And
All right,
sorry.
sir.
Yeah. And I pray you get your visa. Yeah.
Amen. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Please, Miss Emmy, do you have any remark?
No, I'm just wanting to ask you a question you've not prepped.
Okay, go ahead.
So can you explain how your chosen university aligns with your academic and professional goals?
Please come again, ma.
Can you explain how your chosen university aligns with your academic and professional goals?
I don't have a ready answer.
Yeah,
Oh,
so this is basically like why this program, or so why this program, right? But once they frame it in a different way rather than why this program, a lot of us are found wanting. So my education, or how is this chosen university aligned with? I chose this course in Arizona State University because the program will do this and this and that for me. It's basically like why this program, but it's because of how I framed it.
yes, ma.
Okay. And then
I'll work on that.
what impact do you hope to make with your education?
Upon the completion of my studies, I plan to come back to Nigeria, as this degree will enable me to
As
help
what?
me. This the degree will enable me
You
to
said you plan to come back to Nigeria, and then you started this degree will enable me to. So, what are you like? Were you trying to put your thought together, or you are trying to make a new point?
I was trying to put my thoughts together.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Please come again with the question.
So the question is, what impact do you plan to make with your academic degree? It's basically like after school, what are you going to do, right? So you plan to come back to Nigeria to take up the position of this to help solve a problem, and then you state what solution you are going to provide.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So what I realize is most of us, when we are asked them frequently asked questions, we do so well until they change the wording of the question, then we are found wanting. You always want to assess why this question is asked. Why is he asking me if I have children? Probably you are using all your money to fund your school. So he's asking, if you have children, what are they going to eat? Or who is going to fund their living expenses? So always
Yes,
try to figure out why this question, and then you quickly form the answer for the visa officer.
yes, ma'am.
Okay, so apart from that, Bright gave all the feedback. So yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Okay. Vince, are you ready to be interviewed? Yesterday we met Vince, and today he's here again.
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready to
Okay,
be interviewed.
Bright, can you interview Vince?
Okay, Vince, please, can we proceed? So, before I start, can you please tell me about, let's say, the university and your funding situation and what course you are studying, so that.
So I am going to the University of Vermont, and then I'm going to pursue a
Oh,
PhD in plant sciences.
Bismarck
And then
is
I'm
also here, and he's currently in University of Vermont, but he will be completing this year. So,
oh,
Bismarck,
okay, great, great, great. That's nice.
he's our friend from the US.
oh,
Okay,
Bismarck. In
nice, nice.
that vein, can you then interview Vince? He's going to Vermont, PhD in plant science, right, and
Yeah.
ecology. Yeah.
Boss, I can't take your job.
Okay. Okay. So
Yeah.
okay. And what about the funding situation? Okay, PhD is
Um,
normally full
um,
funding, so
yeah,
yeah,
full funding. Yeah.
yeah, full funding. Oh, then I don't think you should have problem. But let's just go through that.
Okay, so if you have full funding, usually the questions are around your ties to your home country, right? So let's ask Bismarck. Let's ask Vincent. Vincent, why this program? And then what is your major?
Okay, so I am going to pursue a fully funded PhD program in plant sciences where I'll be specializing in applied chemical ecology. Also, I'll be working in the insect agroecology lab, and and I'll be working on a research project that seeks to test pheromone mating disruption of sweet midges on brassica crops, and I'll be working under the supervision of Professor Yolanda Cheng. Actually, I chose this particular university and program because of their strong commitment to sustainability and then the interdisciplinary research environment. And then what really caught my attention is the expertise of my supervisor, which is Professor Yolanda Cheng. She's an expert in plant insect interactions, agroecology, and then insect ecology. And I believe that studying under her supervision will grant me the necessary skills that I need and the advanced practical or the advanced research experience to become an expert in chemical ecology.
Okay, that is great. Can you tell me what your undergraduate thesis was on?
Okay, so during my undergraduate thesis, I actually did animal biology and conservation science at the University of Ghana. And I worked on ectoparasites on cockroaches. And then this particular thesis seeks to find out if cockroaches are potentially
Oh, Vincent's network has been disrupted.
Mm. Hi, Vincent. Can you hear us?
I think I had an issue with my network, but
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
back. Can you
Okay,
hear
yeah,
me?
yeah, I can hear from
So
you. Okay, so
So
how is that
should I
connected?
repeat what I was saying?
No, no, but let me just continue. How is that connected
Okay.
to your current studies?
Okay, so I also have a master's in entomology where I specialized in agriculture. So this
So
Okay.
I
particular
think
program.
with this emphasis, you want to state your masters of entomology before any other qualification, because you don't want me to be wondering in my mind as a visa officer how these two programs are related.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
I think maybe because of the way he asked the
I asked
question,
the
he asked me
question
what
about
I did for
undergraduate.
first
So
degree. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So although I asked it, you could see that the question is coming in that line that how did you end up in plant science? So you can just relate it. But I hope you get it now.
Yeah.
I
I
don't
was
think.
about to, that's why I asked if I can continue, but I
Okay,
think he
okay,
asked me
okay,
before.
okay. I think you get the question. So that's good. That's good. So yeah, funding is taken care of. So what are your plans after school?
So I plan to return to Ghana to take up a role as a university professor or a researcher where I'll contribute to advance sustainable agriculture and education in my home country.
Okay, okay. Since yeah, that is good. But maybe I was thinking since Ghana is the number one producer or one of the leading producers in cocoa, you can learn something about it so that it will make it very practical. Not just you're coming to just take a role at the university. Maybe you can come say, oh, I'm coming to take a role as a researcher to research into how we can make our cocoa beans and cocoa pods so and so. You understand? I think it's good. What you said is good, but to make it just more practical and linked to Ghana, when you say since we are the number one producer in cocoa, you come back and do this and do that. I think that is fine. But I think your answers are on point and you have the confidence, and I don't have any much
But
more.
but now Ghana is not the number one producer of cocoa anymore.
Are we number two?
No, we are not number one anymore.
Ivory Coast is the leading producer of cocoa
Yeah,
now.
but you can say that's even one reason. It's like you see, initially we were number one, but we've dropped. So now we come back to come and help the system get to number one. Okay,
All
okay,
right.
all right. So
And why do you think you were chosen for this program?
Uh, with this is a competitive application process. Basically, I demonstrated my preparedness and research experiences, and then also I'm able to articulate my objectives as some. Sorry, let me
Yeah,
go
so
over
I
and say
this
that
was
again.
this is also not a frequently asked questions. A
Okay.
question, sorry. So why do you think you were chosen for this program? You want to outline your application process and what made you stand out as a candidate that should earn full scholarship. So candidates that earn full scholarship, you want to exhibit good academic grades, prior experience in the field, and then your preparedness to take up the program. So you want to put your thought together around this, because you have full funding. Most of your questions are maybe not going to be frequently asked, so you want to be prepared in that regard.
Yeah, I want to try to answer this question like off head,
Okay.
and let's see how it goes.
Okay.
So I got admitted into this program and got a graduate research assistantship at the University of Vermont through a competitive application process. I showcase a strong academic record, relevant research experience, and then I also wrote a comprehensive proposal that is in line with the interest of my supervisor. And
Yeah.
also, I had a series of interviews where I showcased or strengthened my application by articulating my career objectives and then plans for the
Yeah, I
future.
think I think that works. Yeah.
All right. Okay, great.
What do your parents do for a living? So I'm
Okay.
not asking you to answer, but these are random questions that they ask. But they will ask this question if me probably you don't have funding and you have made mention of your parents. So let's keep on that. What is your
Okay.
plan if you cannot find a job in your home country after graduation?
Okay. Currently, I also have a startup consultancy firm where I specialize in entomology, crop protection, and pest management. So even if I can't find a role to work for somebody, I plan to come back and upskill and expand my consultancy firm to become one of the leading agencies in
Yeah,
Ghana.
and I also think that with your program, it will thrive. Your area of specialization will thrive more in Africa. So you have a strong point to
Yeah,
demonstrate your strong ties to your home country or even the continent.
exactly.
Yeah. So every question, just think about how you can tie it back to your home country or the continent.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
Well
Okay.
noted. Mhm.
Yeah, no problem. We are approving your visa. You just have to take the feedbacks and then make sure the your you have the thoughts to put together. Your submissions were good. It's just constant practice, and then you should be good.
All right. Thank you so much.
No problem. Ebenezer said, I think it's for interview in few hours in Doha. Ebenezer, can you join the screen the link and then I'll add you so that we can interview you. Since your visa is in few hours. I don't know if you are still on this call. Please try to join the link and then we'll make your interview a priority. Right now, I can admit one person in the room. So Eben, please join the link if you are still ready to be interviewed. Ifwa says, please, is it advisable to hand all your documents to the visa officer when he requests to hand over your documents? Yes, please hand over all your documents to the visa officer if they request for your documents. You don't
But
need to keep.
normally the visa officer states clearly, hand me your passport and your I-20.
Yeah,
Yeah. So I think the visa officer will
they
state
will state which
whatever.
ones they want.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, somebody said just hand over I-20 and passport. Thank you. Miriam says, please, what if I'm asked why industrial technology? How do I answer that? My undergraduate course is statistics. So, Miriam, we cannot give you an answer like right on the spot like this because you would have to know what industrial technology entails, which angle of industrial technology is slightly in line with statistics, and that will influence our answer. So, if you can maybe side message me, I'll look into that, but I cannot give you an answer on the spot. Can I join? Yes, you can join. Please join the pinned link in the YouTube comment section and then it will bring you to the interview room. Sylvester says, what's the best response to what has changed? So we talked about the 214B, which outlines the reasons why people's visa are denied. So let's say a non-immigrant visa applicant go for a visa interview and they are denied. They are given the document called the 214B. On that document, it outlines what you did not satisfy as criteria that your reason was denied. So this is more of a reassessment to yourself, Sylvester. This is more a reassessment, right? What did I say at the visa interview that made me not exhibit a present intent to exit the United States after school, or exhibit a present intent to go to the United States solely for studies, or exhibit the fact that I can fund myself in my first year? All these are points on the 214B. So if you can look at the story you said at the visa interview and what you said that did not satisfy any of this, you can message me and I'll share the 214B with you, and you look at the criteria for denial, and that will influence our answer. So if you did not have funding, what has changed would be like, when I came here the other time, I did not have full funding, but now I'll secure the fully funded scholarship by the Mastercard Foundation Scholars Program, right? If let's say you did not exhibit strong ties to your home country, now you probably have a job offer that has promised you a job. So once you are done with school, you come back to the school or come back to the job to assume the position of this and this and this to solve a problem and then find a solution to the problem. So it's really more of a reassessment. Was it a bank statement that got you denied? That is more of a reassessment than re telling you what has changed. And then testimony says the room is full. Please join the link. And then once I interview people, I drop them and I add you. Steven said yesterday you asked one question pertaining to social abuse, something. Can you elaborate on the answer again? I think I asked that what would you do if you are discriminated or you encounter cultural differences or discrimination. And then I said that you want to elaborate on the fact that you have dealt with different from different people with different cultural backgrounds, so you are diversity tolerant, right? That it's the question is just trying to assess how you are able to handle pressure. If you think you cannot handle the pressure, you want to speak to your DSO or your professor that you are working with, or your mentor that, or the international student office. So it's just something like, how are you going to manage the stress? Should somebody tell you a black ass nigger? To an American, that's an insult. So if someone says that to you, how are you going to handle it? That is more of that. So you want to talk to your DSO, your international student office, or if you have dealt with cultural diverse people before, you can state the fact that that will not be a new experience as you have dealt with people and you are more cultural tolerant. Stephanie says, which international body are supposed to report to when facing this challenge? You want to report to the International Students Office or the International Students Center, which is called the ISSC, or your DSO, which is the designated school official, or the professor you are working with, or your mentor. You can also rely on the career centers or the mental health centers that exist in your school. Isaac, are you ready to be interviewed? We interviewed Rahel already. Abdul is also ready. So Isaac and Abdul, who is ready? We can take your session. Hello? Who is ready to be interviewed?
Hello.
Yeah. Okay. Tell me, you mentioned that the group is full. Please make sure you are trying. And, Ebenezer, please tell your on call. Okay, Abdul, let's go. Right.
Okay.
Okay. So Abdul, can you tell me, just before we start the interview process, just like your course, the university, and how you're funding it, so that if you have, let's say, a fund deficit or you have a full funding, you just let me know.
Hello.
Hello, Abdul.
Please,
What
can
school
you
are you?
hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
So
applied to Bridgeport University.
come again.
I applied to Bridgeport University, and the program is biomedical engineering.
Okay.
Hello.
Yeah, I can hear you.
And my deficit is about 37,000.
Okay.
Oh,
So let's
poor
continue.
network.
So Abdul, why? What stimulated your interest in studying biomedical engineering?
Okay. I saw my deficit is about $37,000.
Sure, that is noted here.
Okay.
Can you be sweet for us? Can you be fast?
Abdul, what stimulated your interest in studying biomedical engineering? Hello, Abdul. Okay. Can we start with somebody else who is ready? Then once Abdul is ready, we take him back again. Hello, Abdul.
It's just something with his network. I'm going to join Abdul. Bright, can we interview testimony?
Okay. Hello, testimony.
Hello, sir. Can you hear
Yeah.
me, sir?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you tell me about the school? Just tell me, just give me like just a synopsis, quick one. The
Okay,
school, the course you are studying, and the.
okay. I'm going to Newman. I have a funding of $37,000 with a deficit of $22,910.
Okay. And what are you going to study?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. What are you going to study?
Hello.
Yeah, I can hear from you. Testimony. What are you going to study?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear from you.
Jesus, network.
Hello, testimony. I
Hey,
think
the
today
network.
the network is
Oh.
very bad.
Ah,
I can hear from you. Testimony. I can hear from you.
All right, I'm going to drop testimony. If his network is good, he should be able to rejoin. Oh shit. All right, right. Can we interview Eunice? Eunice, are you ready?
Abdul. Okay, then let's interview Eunice. Uh,
Eunice.
hello, Eunice. What stimulated your interest in studying cybersecurity?
Oh wow. Today everybody's network is bad and is making the session hard to coordinate. Eunice,
Okay,
can
let's
I ask
immediately
you?
let's turn off our. Okay, I think it should be better now. Um, Abdul or Eunice, can any of you hear from me? Oh, Amy, I think you are muted.
Our videos do not affect their network.
I think sometimes it does. Who is ready to be interviewed so that we just take it from there?
I'm ready.
Okay, Collins, give me just a small synopsis, then we take it from there. So, what
Please.
the course, the school, and the deficit?
Okay. So my school is Wayne State College,
Yeah,
and
wasted.
yeah, and then the program is BSc Biochemistry, BSc
Okay,
Biochemistry with concentration in chemistry and health science.
good.
My my deficit is
Okay,
$16,000.
okay. So, Collins, what stimulated your interest in biochemistry and chemistry altogether?
Okay. So since 2019, I've been working as a healthcare assistant at Utak Vision and Healthcare Center, where we conduct community
Collins, we are
health.
hearing some noise, so can you be at a place that is a bit quiet before we can hear you and follow?
Yes, please. Just some few seconds, please, if you don't mind. Hello.
Yeah.
Is it any better?
Yes.
Okay. So since working as a healthcare assistant at Utak Vision and Healthcare Center, where we usually conduct community health screenings in Ghana, these experiences have afforded me a first-hand understanding of the healthcare challenges within the country. Witnessing the prevalence of these of viral infections and other prevalent health issues in Ghana have deeply impacted me and solidified my resolve to make a positive impact on Ghana's health sector. And thus, this has contributed or played a significant role in my decision to pursue a bachelor's degree in biochemistry with a concentration in chemistry and health science at Wayne State College. I plan to leverage the knowledge and skills acquired from my studies to contribute to improving public health outcomes in Ghana.
Okay, great, 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 great. So, how many schools did you apply to, and how did you finally settle on Wayne State?
Okay. So I applied to three schools, namely the University of Toledo, St. Louis University, and Wayne State College. I got admitted to all three schools, but then I decided to pursue my bachelor's degree at Wayne State College because their bachelor's program in biochemistry with a concentration in chemistry and health science chemistry and health science perfectly aligns with my aspirations of becoming a chemist in both clinical and research fields. Additionally, Wayne State College has advanced research centers and strong connection to industry partners, which will provide me with valuable hands-on experience and unique networking opportunities. This holistic education approach will not only deepen my understanding of medications, but also equip me with the practical skills needed to make a positive impact on Ghana's health sector.
Okay, great. So I understand when you go, you'll be missing your family. What are some of the plans you want to put in place to not feel
Yes.
lonely? Yeah.
Yes, so I will maintain regular contact with my family through video conferencing and then other social media platforms. Also, I will immerse myself in extracurricular activities and join a number of clubs that will help me to meet a number of people. I believe that this will help me in my settling down at the USA.
Okay, good. And here I see you have a partial funding. How are you going to fund the deficit?
Okay. So my deficit of $16,000 will be covered by my elder sister, Abigail Hansen, who is a medical doctor at the Wijagbaw Municipal Hospital and a successful businesswoman as well. She is into the importation of medical laboratory equipment and also owns two supermarkets in Accra and Kumasi. She makes an annual income of 960,000 Ghana cedis, which is an equivalent of $64,000. Being in the medical profession herself, she has a first-hand understanding of the healthcare challenges facing our country and deeply understands the importance of innovative research and effective treatments to handle these challenges effectively. Therefore, she shares my vision of establishing a research center that will be dedicated to combating viral infections and other prevalent health issues in Ghana. She is thus more than willing to sponsor and partner me as well to make this vision a reality.
Great, great, great. What are some of your hobbies and games you play during your ideal times?
Okay, so I am a football fan. I really love football, and then I also do read a lot. So basically, these are the two things I usually do during my idle time: playing football, watching football, and also reading books.
And do you know anything about the state you are going into?
Yeah, so Wayne State College is located
Oh, Collins just dropped.
Wayne,
You go.
Northeast.
Okay, yeah. Go on.
Yes, please. Yeah, so Wayne is a small city that is located in northeast Nebraska. Um, Basically, that's what I really know about the state, about the city. Sorry, my school is in.
What about Nebraska?
A,
I think
so Nebraska.
you should read on it. So in case they
Okay,
ask you about do you know anything about Nebraska and Wayne states, you can say something
okay,
about.
okay. I will do
Yeah.
that.
But
Okay.
I'm just curious. Do you have a BSc in Ghana?
Yes, I do, but then I actually didn't um input that on my DS 160. So it's more like I'm a senior high school graduate.
No.
Let
Because
me ask, why do you ask, please?
you told me you were working. If you are working in the field for some 6 years or so, right?
More like 5 years, yeah. So I was like, I'm a healthcare assistant. That's why I basically added the assistant. So
Okay.
it,
So
yeah.
it's likely they are going to ask you. I don't know. Looking at your face, they can see, oh, maybe this guy is 26 years and he's now going to start his
Mhm.
BSc. So
Okay,
yes, be prepared for it.
okay, okay.
Yeah. Okay. But even your confidence alone is not a confidence of a high school student. So okay, okay. All the best. But you are doing
Thank
so
you.
good. Yeah, yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, Collins has been good since he's been joining. So yeah.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
um, Eunice, are you ready?
Thank you.
Because of the network, I'm thinking we would have to because nobody's ready, and we keep shouting, "Are you ready?" Isaac, are you ready?
I'm here.
Okay, we didn't hear from you.
You asked me and you started talking, so I was waiting for you to finish.
Okay, right. Let's do Eunice.
Okay. Hello, Eunice. Why are you going to pursue? Okay, no, not why. Tell me what stimulated your interest in cybersecurity and data analytics.
Okay. First, my study is a master's degree in cybersecurity, and I have a bachelor's degree in mathematics and computer science, which gives me the background I need for to take up this master's degree. And also, after the pandemic period, the educational system shifted drastically to an online presence, where and this digital transformation increased the use of technology in teaching, learning, administrative processes, and it also calls for a high demand of cybersecurity specialists in the educational system, where I actually work as an IT assistant and would want to take up a role of the head of the IT department, which is why I'm going for this study in
Okay.
the
I see you are from Nigeria, but why are you having this interview in Qatar?
um I have traveled to some countries, which is in my DS-160. I've been to Benin Republic. I've also been to the United Arab Emirates, where I worked for some time, and presently I'm in Qatar. I tend to, the reason for my move is just to gain international experience, which I intend to come back to my home country, which is my long-term goal, to apply all the knowledge I've gotten, and also getting the degree from the US will give me an international recognized certificate to come back to my home country to work as a professor and also head a department in the university.
Okay. So, how are you going to fund your education?
I have a partial scholarship from the University of $1,000, and I also took out a student loan of 38,150, which amounts to my cost of study of 39,150. And I also intend to pay up this. My loan has a 10 years repayment period where I get to start paying 6 months after graduation. And also, when I'm done studying, I intend to come back to take up this senior role at my present place of work, which would which pays up to $100,000 annually, and I intend to use that to pay back my loan.
Okay. Okay. That's good. And in case you get a job offer in the US, would you consider staying?
Um, Presently, I have the offer to take up this role as a head of my department, but one of the criteria for taking up this role is the master's degree, which is why I am coming to the US. So my intention is not that of working in the US, but just to get my certificate.
Okay. And how do you plan to be in touch with your family when you are not, when you are away?
All right. Currently, I'm not in my home country, and I'm always in touch with with my family. We talk all the time through WhatsApp call and other social medias.
When was the last time you went back to Nigeria?
I was there last year, holiday, the Christmas holiday. I was there with them.
Okay, I'm approving your visa. So I think Eunice is getting good by the day every time.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
The
This was
stories get better. So yeah,
yeah,
you just on the right track. It's just the constant practice. By the time you go for your interview, the stories are really good.
yeah.
Right. And the concern, Emmy, the concern yesterday with the home tie and all, like me being a Nigerian and me
Oh
being a
yeah. So
Nigerian
today you
and
said you are
staying
going
in
back to
Qatar.
Nigeria, correct?
I no, I only said I will come back to take
You
up
said you come
training
back and
at
come
my
and work.
current place of work. Yeah, I didn't
Yeah,
mention
Yeah,
that.
yeah. Okay. I think if the visa doesn't ask you where is your current place of work, then that works.
that can just slide.
Okay.
Yeah, your own is a very dicey situation. You understand?
Yeah.
So what in case it comes up, how do I defend that?
In case that comes up,
I would
and
say that staying in Qatar, saying you are back in Qatar is more feasible, in all honesty, because you are there and you have a job and you are coming to take up that job. But coming back to Nigeria, it's like you come to establish a whole new thing, which might not be feasible in the
I
short run,
think
but
yeah,
in the long run, yes, it is.
maybe there are two angles to this. You can one either say you are in Qatar as an expatriate, and your job has branches back in Nigeria. So after school, it's either you take up the job back here in Qatar or the ones back in Nigeria. This should be able to solve it, right?
It doesn't really have a link. I'm working in a school here and it's not
Uh,
linked. Yeah.
that's hard.
And it's on my DS 160 that I'm working in a school here.
Um. Okay. You know what? I'll get back to you. I'll draft something about that. Then I'll get back to you.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Right. Do you know Fred is in the chat saying, "Hey Excel, I have a question." All right. Can we take Isaac? Isaac. Yeah, Isaac, we can hear you. Your voice is very faint.
Is it better now?
Yes.
Is it better now?
Yeah.
Hello, Isaac.
So once we are done with Isaac, we will do testimony and then Abdul, and then we will end today's session.
Okay. But do you have more people waiting to be added?
Not that I can see. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Because we interviewed Rahel already. So yeah, Rahel, Hans, Chris, Abdul, all of them have been interviewed except Abdul and testimony and Isaac. So once we are done, if no one is in the backstage, we will just end today's section and continue on Monday.
Yeah, maybe tomorrow. Hello, Abdul.
Hello.
Okay. So we are going to Bridgeport Biomedical $37,000 deficit. What
Yes,
stimulated your
please.
what stimulated your interest in studying biomedical engineering?
Well, my interest to study this course, that's biomedical engineering, started when I was pursuing my undergraduate studies at the University of Uniba. And a time came that the school has to employ or invite a lecturer from Nigeria to come and teach students who are pursuing biomedical engineering. And looking at the stress the student has to go through because of the busy schedule of the lecturer, I saw that Ghana is really lacking lecturers in this field. So it touched me, and I told myself that after my undergraduate studies, my next course will be in biomedical engineering field to become a lecturer in Ghana in order to fill up this gap. And also, it combines this course. Yeah, this course also combines my interest as a biology teacher. Hello.
Yeah, I can hear from you. Continue.
Okay, as a biology teacher, it combines my passion for biology and medicine. You see, and with my skills in engineering, I think it will help me to become the lecturer I want to be in
Okay,
this
so
field.
tell me what you studied in undergraduate.
I study biological sciences.
Okay, that is great. Okay,
Yeah.
so how many schools did you apply to?
Actually, I applied to only one school, which is the Bridgeport University, because of my academic performance in my undergraduate studies. I knew I would be admitted.
Okay, and walk me through your application process.
What?
Can you take me through your
Hello?
application process? Yeah. How did you apply to it? How did you get it? And
The application process, the schooling.
yeah, applying for Bridgeport University.
Okay, a colleague completed this school some years ago, and we are all in the same school. So he gave me the link, and I was monitoring the yeah, I was monitoring the admission periods. So when it got to the time I want to enter, I filled for the fall semester, and I was accepted.
Okay, how are you going to fund your education?
Well, the school has offered me $4,000 merit scholarship, and the deficit will be covered by my wife, my lovely wife, who is a businesswoman.
Okay, so I think we can work on some of the answers well, so that it becomes very strong. So for the first
Okay.
question that I asked you about why you were interested in this school, why you were interested
Okay.
in medical engineering, I think you gave a
The
very strong
course.
fair point. You gave a very fair point that you realized there was lack of lecturers in this, and being somebody who had already studied uh, biomedical
But
sciences, you think you can pursue it to fill that gap. That is excellent. Now, when I asked you about how you um why you applied, how you heard about this school and how you applied them and about the application process, you told me you a friend told you about it. I'm assuming the friend is somebody who you work in the same school with as a teacher. Then you went ahead
yeah.
and filled the application. I think that answer is not strong enough. If you can tell me
Okay.
that you have a colleague who once attended University of Bridgeport to pursue his masters, and now he's back in your school teaching and giving back. So you spoke to him, and he told you how good the school was. So you reached out upon doing your research about the school online. You reached out to a professor. Then you mentioned one professor's name, and this professor
Okay.
has, you understand, this professor's lab deals in so so and so, which you are interested in and you wanted to explore. So you applied to
Okay.
the school. You get what I mean? So you applied to the
Yeah.
school, and looking at your excellent academic records and how you've been able to give back, and how also how you teach biology, you were deemed fit to be one of the top applicants, and you were given admission into the school. You see,
Okay.
when you say that and
Okay.
say, oh, in this, the professor works in this lab, and so upon joining the school, you'll be working with the professor in that lab. That makes sense, and that makes it more tasty than saying you saw the school online and you applied. You get it?
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Now let's go
Thank
to the
you.
funding aspect. So I asked you how you were going to fund it. You told me your lovely wife is going to fund it. That makes a lot of sense. But now, who is your wife? We don't know your wife. So I'll be funded by my family business or my wife, who does the job A, B, C, D. And we have come to terms and agreement that we will use this money we have saved from this job or from this thing to fund my education. So that when I come back to Ghana, where I come and take a position as a senior lecturer at the University of Professional Studies or at the University of Winneba, we can enhance our lives or do this and do this. You understand? So you cannot just tell me
Yes.
your wife. What does your wife do? How much does she earn? Or if you are doing family business, how many people do you have in the family business that work under you as your employees? How much does your family business generate? Okay.
Okay. Okay.
So you are going to go back and put together a nice if I say transcript is how you are going to answer the questions when you are asked the questions. Keep in mind that
Okay.
the visa officer only wants to establish 3 points. One, what you are going to study. What stimulated your interest in that? Do you really like what you are going to study? Do you know the program very well? Two,
Okay.
after studying what you are going to study, are you coming back to Ghana? In all the interactions I did to you, you never mentioned at any point that you are going to come back to Ghana. You never mentioned it. But every chance you get in the visa interview process, you should be stressing on it that I'll come back, where I'll come back and come and do ABC, where I'll come back and come and do this. So, two, are you coming back? Yes, you're coming back. And three, how are you funding your education? If you're able to prove these 3 points to the visa officer, you should be fine. Okay.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I don't know if we'll do this live tomorrow or Monday or when. Draft a very nice transcript and come back. When I ask you about how you're going to find your school, I'll be funded by our family or my lovely wife is going to fund me. She's a teacher in so and so. She's a professor in university of this, and she makes this amount of money and she saved this amount for money for our family education, which I'll be using as part of that to fund my education. Then the visa officer can then go on to ask you, do you have children? Are they in school? Then you'll be thinking that, okay, the visa officer wants to know that if I have children and they are in school, why wouldn't I use the money to fund the children, but rather use it to fund myself? Then you get how the whole scenario is going to play around. So,
Mm.
yeah. Okay,
Mm.
Emmy, what do you have to say?
Yeah, I think he gave all the feedback. When he said his lovely wife, I was expecting him to elaborate it because there's nothing wrong with your wife funding you, but who is your wife as a person that is able to fund you huge sums of money, right? So if you want to stay the job she's doing, that works. And then when you ask why this program or why the school, he said his friend recommended him. That's good. But then after your friend recommended you, you could have said that you did your research and the program and their curriculum aligns with your career interest, that will help you come to Ghana to assume the position of this. What again? Solve a problem, find a problem, give a solution. So basically, just the feedback you gave him.
Okay.
Okay. And my
All right.
date is on Monday. My date is on
Papa,
Monday in Abidjan.
is this just this Monday?
Hmm.
Yes, please.
I was thinking you had more time.
No.
No, then
Hmm.
Abdul, we really have to work on this. This your answers. Yes, we have to work on it very well.
Okay, so Abdul, what we are going to do is I'll drop my number and then you text me and then I'll
Okay.
forward your number to Bright and then maybe we can do a conference call or something. Um Tomorrow or Sunday. Like even if it's 15
Okay.
minutes, we just want to make sure that your answers are correct and they sound better for your visa to be approved because the answers you gave sounded like your visa is far away. So for your interview to be on Monday, that's a bit alarming. Yeah.
Okay.
My
Okay.
number in the chat and then you should be able to like reach out to us and then we'll see how we can do a quick call, even if it's this evening or Sunday, Saturday. Let's see. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So, testimony, you are back. Are you able to do the visa interview now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Okay. Testimony. Can you please tell me the field so that
Okay, I'm going for a BSc in nursing.
nursing?
Yes.
Okay. Um, Let me ask this. Do you have any BSc already?
No, no, no.
So you have just your high school degree, your high
Yes,
school
sir.
diploma.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Is that like what you are telling them, or that is like your real?
No, that's my real.
Okay. Okay. So let's continue. And University of
Okay.
what? Newark.
Newman, Newman.
Okay. Where is it located?
Aston, Pennsylvania. It's in Aston.
Pennsylvania.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So testimony. What stimulated your interest in pursuing a degree in nursing?
Okay, I currently work as a nurse assistant at Global Hospital, which I specialize in, which my role is to provide physical support for the patients. So, studying nursing at Newman University will broaden my practical experience, which I'll bring the skills and knowledge I gained from the school back to my home country to take up a role of nurse officer at my current place of work, which the requirement is a nurse with an international bachelor's degree.
Mm. So why don't you pursue this nursing in University of Abuja or University of Ibadan?
Okay, I choose to pursue this program in University of Bridgeport majorly because of their partnership with three different hospitals, which is Children's Hospital of Pennsylvania, Mainline Care Hospital, and also Thomas Jeffrey Hospital. Getting this degree from this school will broaden my practical experience in nursing, which will give me the skills and knowledge I need to bring back to my home country to take up the role of nurse officer at my current place of work.
Okay. That's fine. So how many schools did you apply to?
I applied to four different universities, which is University of Newman, Bridgeport University, Wingate University, and also Fisher's College. And I got admitted into all the school. But I chose Newman University majorly because of their partnership with three different hospitals, which is Children's Hospital of Pennsylvania, Mainline Care Hospital, and also Thomas Jeffrey Hospital. Getting this degree from this school really broadened my practical experience in nursing and to equip me with the skills and knowledge I need to come back to my home country to contribute to the healthcare system of Nigeria.
Okay, that's great. And how are you going to fund this
Okay, I got
education?
this. I got a scholarship of $37,000 from the school, and my deficit of $22,910 will be paid by my dad. He's an engineer who works for Lafarge Company in Augustine branch. He has been working there for 20 years and he specialized in the repair of the bus and trucks. He earns 70 million annually, which is equivalent to $68,000 per year.
And has your dad sponsored anybody before?
Yes, yeah, my dad has sponsored my sister for her master's in accounting in UK, and now she's back in Nigeria working for UBA Bank as an accountant.
Oh, that's great. And how do you want to keep the communication between your family and you when you are in the US?
Okay, we can have a WhatsApp call through my during my studies in the US, so that will keep our communication going.
Okay. And what have you heard about Pennsylvania? What do you know about it?
Okay, I've heard about the majorly the weather in Pennsylvania, and I've talked to my admission counselor, which he told me things I need to do to take care of the weather difference, and he told me about getting a hand warmer and also coat, heat coat, which really helped me to which really helped me to adapt to the weather difference in Pennsylvania.
Okay, I think I'll approve your visa. That's very great, 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 great. And yeah, it's like you know exactly what you're saying. It's like you've really planned for it. So now
Okay.
you just leave the rest in God's hand. Yeah.
Thank
But
you
well
very
done.
much.
Well done. Yeah, well done. I don't
Okay.
really have any questions that much because you've answered all the questions.
Have you read about any student experience or reviews about your university?
Eh, 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 Not really, but I saw one. No, not yet.
Okay, so that was the visa question that I have for you. Have you read about any student
Okay.
experience or reviews about your university? So you want to prepare I'm always going to say prepare around the non-frequently asked questions as well. You can
Okay.
ask Google what are some 50 or give me 50 non-frequently asked questions in a visa interview, and a lot will come up. Make sure that
Okay.
you're just trying to close all loops around questions that will come to you unprepared.
Okay, ma.
Yeah. That
Okay.
but
Thank you very much.
did good, yes.
Thank you very much, ma.
Yeah. Were we able to interview Chris? Chris, are you ready to be interviewed?
Isaac has not been.
Okay, Isaac, if you've not been interviewed, can we
Let's
proceed?
do Isaac, yeah.
Yes.
So, Isaac, tell me about the course and the deficit and everything.
Okay, I'm going to University of Colorado.
Isaac, your voice is very faint. Are you able to make sure your sound is okay?
Okay. I said I'm going to University of Colorado, Denver.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm going for MSc Statistics.
Okay.
A deficit of 40,000.
Okay.
I'm also married.
Okay. So, Isaac, what stimulated your interest in studying statistics?
Okay, my current place of work, which is the SIC Life Company Limited, in the next 2 years there will be a vacancy of for which my undergraduate.
Isaac, I'm struggling to hear from you.
Is it better now?
Yeah, it's way better now.
It's way okay. Yes. Please your question again.
What stimulated your interest in studying statistics?
Good. At my current place of work, SIC Company Limited, there is a need in the next 2 years for a statistician, for which my undergraduate studies was in statistics and actuarial science, for which course I'm going for this master's degree and return back to Ghana to take up that position as a statistician in the company.
Okay. So
So if you state the company, that will bring more credibility to your submission.
I think you stated it,
Okay.
but
SIC Life
yeah,
Company Limited.
yeah, that is a good answer. But I don't think that is what stimulated your interest to study statistics during your undergraduate, right?
What the reason is I'm already a statistician, but I'm serving as a junior staff, so I need masters before I can occupy that senior position.
Yeah, and the question wasn't why do you need this masters? The
Okay,
question, what stimulated your interest in statistics?
okay.
So you get,
Yes, I get you.
yeah. But if they ask you why do you want to go and study statistics at Colorado State University, Denver, then you can tell them that yes, your company, you are currently working and you have like 6 years of experience, but in the next 2 years, your company is looking to expand and you have vacant positions in statistics, which requires you to have a master's degree in statistics to occupy those positions. And being somebody who is proactive, you are taking this course so that by the time the vacancies come, you are ready to be filed into those positions. You get it?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. But if I ask you what stimulated your interest in statistics, you tell me that, oh yeah, since I was growing up, I realized important how how important, or you find a story and say,
Yes,
no,
like how important data is in
yeah,
the life of. So
yeah.
I'll start with the
So
data stuff to
yeah,
solving
so
problems and the rest.
yeah, exactly. So you tell me a problem. You realize how important it was when somebody gets an accident and they don't have anything to cover them. Later on, you realize that insurances were one of the best things that could do that. So that stimulated to study about how one can obtain a good insurance and so and so and so and so. They realized statistics was the main deal, or actuarial science or something. So that stimulated your interest to study it. You get it. So that is
Yes,
fine.
sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, yeah. So that question is dealt with now. So how many schools did you then apply to?
Good. I applied to two universities, University of Colorado Denver and the University of Colorado Boulder. But I settled on University of Colorado Denver because uh, my research interests align with the Professor Joshua French, who research interest is in risk and analysis. Please, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Continue.
Whose research interest is in risk and analysis, which aligns with my research interests, for which he has agreed to work with me when I come on campus.
That is great. That is a great answer. And how are you planning to fund this your studies?
Good. I've secured a departmental scholarship of 3,500 US dollars. I have a personal savings of 10,000 US dollars for, and I've also acquired an educational loan of 52,700 US dollars, for which I'm required to pay an interest of 253 US dollars whilst on campus, for which I will use my personal savings to offset that interest rate whilst on campus. After completion, I'm required to pay 500 US dollars in the space of 10 years every month.
Okay, that's good. That's good. So I think that's an excellent answer about how you are going to fund your education. So what are your plans after you complete school?
Good. After successful completion of my program, Master Degree of Science in Statistics, I'll return back to Ghana to occupy a senior manager position in my company where I've been serving for the past 8 years as a junior statistician.
Okay. I think, yeah, as a junior statistician, where you come back and impact what you've learned,
Ye-
and yeah. So I think your answers are good. The only thing is you have to just find why what stimulated your interest in the whole thing in the initiation.
Okay, sir.
Yeah,
Right.
I think you've done
Yeah,
so
I
well.
think so too. Yeah.
Yeah.
You
Okay.
guys, someone just texted me that their visa got denied, and I was asking them questions. It looks like when you join the live and we give you the feedback, maybe when you go because of the pressure. Because this person was saying that his uncle funded his visa. I don't know if he joined my prep, but he said his uncle was sponsoring his deficit of 30,000 or 35,000. And then he's like, I was like, did you state how much your uncle is earning? And he said, no, the visa asked me the visa please yeah the visa officer asked me what my uncle does, and I told him my uncle was into the importation of real estate. I've told you that if your uncle or a relative is sponsoring you, you want to make sure you are mentioning what the person does, right? My uncle is sponsoring me. My uncle is into real estate. And Maxwell, please join the link that I pinned on the YouTube comment. My uncle does importation of cars and real estate and earns an annual of this amount. He is committed to my studies because he has been funded. You have to justify why an uncle is sponsoring you. Like right now, he's wanting me to prep him for a second time. If you come on the call and you are giving a feedback, please make sure you are taking the feedback, because we are just playing the devil's advocate. It doesn't mean that you shouldn't take our feedback. Maxwell, please join the link because we are ending the call. Chris has been interviewed, right? Bright.
I don't recollect,
Yeah,
but
University of Bridgeport, Connecticut
yeah,
has
yeah, yeah,
been interviewed.
yeah.
Okay, so without wasting much time, we are going to end today's session. Maxwell, are you able to join the link?
I've not been interviewed, ma. He just tried interviewing me and my network had issues.
Okay, Bright. Let's do Chris, and then if Maxwell doesn't join, we'll end the call.
Um. Okay. Let me see. Okay. Chris, can you tell me about the? Can you tell me about the course you are going to study, and if you have a deficit or? Hello, Chris.
Chris.
Yes, ma. I'm going to University of Bridgeport to study a 2 years master's in business administration and management with a concentration on business management. And my deficit is $38,510.
Okay, so what stimulated your interest in studying management?
Hello?
Yeah,
Can you hear me?
yeah. What made you want to study business management?
Please, yes, I can hear you now. Can any person hear me?
Yes,
Yes.
I can hear you. Can you speak?
Yeah, I can hear you, ma. I can hear you, ma.
What stimulated your interest in business?
It seems his network is breaching, but I can hear you, but I can't
No,
hear
you
him.
can hear him. So it's your network.
Oh, well, I can hear you.
All right. What stimulated your interest in the course you are trying to pursue?
Okay, having reviewed the decadence in the agricultural sector of Nigeria, I discovered that for the past 53 years, Nigeria has gone backward in terms of scaling, sales, production, distribution, and the marketing of agricultural produce, and thereby making the agricultural sector to slack back, affecting the economy. Having worked with Ojimba Integrated Agro Firms for 4 years, I picked up the interest to boost not just Ojimba Integrated Agro Farm, but to see how I can affect this problem in Nigeria to make sure that we go up again in agriculture towards scaling sales, production, distribution, and marketing of agricultural produce.
Okay. Which school are you going to? Okay, University of Bridgeport, Connecticut. How are you funding your studies?
I'll be funding my studies in two different ways. I've obtained a paid study leave from Ojimba Integrated Agro Firms he's going to be giving me the 40% of my monthly salary, which is 600,000 naira.
So you
I've
want
also saved up.
the 600,000 naira in dollars. I've always said if you are using currency, make sure you're equivalating. You are creating the equivalence of a dollar so that this officer can know how much of your deficit is being catered for by your study leave.
Okay, okay. I've been given a paid study leave by Ojimba Integrated Agro Farm, the company I work for, and they have approved my study leave and they'll be paying me a monthly salary of 600,000 naira, which is approximately $1,200 monthly. I've also saved up a sum of $24,600 from my work with them over 4 years. And my dad, Mr. Christopher Enichukwu, who is a successful businessman and owns residential building in three different states in Nigeria, Lagos, Plateau State, and Nasarawa State, is going to be funding me. He earns approximately $92,000 annually from this, and he's also the CEO and a major dealer of enamel wear ceramics. He has been in this business for over 36 years and earns an annual income from it of over 82 to $83,000 annually. My mom also is going to be assisting. She is a medical doctor and she is currently on a medical trip in Ukraine, seeing that the Ukraine situation demanded her attention, having graduated from or gotten her medical degree from Ukraine.
All right. You mentioned a couple of relatives are founding you. What if they withdraw their financial support to your studies? What are you going to do?
I have signed a contract with Ojimba Integrated Agro Farm, and our agreement states that they are going to give me 40% of my monthly allowance, and in turn, I return to take up a managerial position, seeing that they are expanding. It is a signed agreement, man. Also, my dad, Mr. Christopher, has sponsored not just has sponsored so many people. My eldest brother to SRM University, India, where he has obtained his degree in chemical engineering and is now working in Port Harcourt. And my direct elder brother to to Brunel University, UK, where
So
he did
you have
medicine.
mentioned all your family members are sponsoring you. What is their commitment? That's what I'm trying to ask. What commitment do they have to sponsor you? So if you want to state a family member is sponsoring you, I would say that you should maybe take one person that has the highest amount of money as their annual income on their bank statements and use that person as your sponsor. Because if you go to the visa officer telling them your brother, your mother, your auntie, your uncle, all of these people are sponsoring you, then it means they do not have any commitment. Is there anybody that has given you their I-20 for your sponsorship?
Yes, my dad has given me his bank statement for my
So you never
sponsorship
even
already.
mentioned your dad as your sponsor. You mentioned your mom, your uncle, your brother.
But I mentioned my dad first. It's his business I mentioned. Then I also mentioned, in addition, my mom.
So
My
you
dad, a business,
that what is your deficit?
$38,510.
And how much is your dad earning and what is on his bank statement?
What is on my bank statement? My dad's bank statement is 105 US dollars. And he is, ma'am,
105 US dollars or 105,000.
105,000 US dollars.
So use your dad as your sponsor and nobody else. Because your dad earns like almost times three of your deficit, right? So why
Yes.
use your dad as your sponsor? And you mentioned like four relatives, which got me off guard. So that's why I asked, what is their commitment? What if they withdraw their financial support?
Okay, man.
So please remove all of the other relatives and use your dad as your sponsor.
Sure, I'll do that.
Yeah.
Just that.
What are
But I
your
should also include the paid study leave and the personal
yeah
funds
the
I have
paid study
acquired.
leave and your father? The paid study leave and your father.
Okay.
So now you want to state what job your dad is doing that he's earning $5,000 an annual and what amount is on his bank statement? You said 105,000. How much does he earn annually?
Annually from his residential buildings, he earned 83,000 US dollars. And
That's
then from his
not add
business, he
any other
earns,
relatives to this conversation at all because you just confused me and I'm sure Bright you felt the same way, right?
Yeah, exactly. So I think we should stick to one story.
Yeah.
Make it simple.
Okay. What are your plans after school?
my plans after school is to return to Nigeria to take up a senior managerial role at the Ojimba Integrated Agro Farms. This farm deal on production, rearing of livestock and animals, production of certain agricultural produce like oil, palm oil. They also deal on cultivating and harvesting of crops and cereals.
Okay. I'll be approving your visa. So just your funding story doesn't sound right to me. Your auntie came in, your mom came in, and you said your brother was in the UK. All of that was not necessary.
Okay,
Yeah. Probably you have family members that are rich, but if one person is spongy, you don't have to mention all of the others.
okay.
All right. Maxwell, can you please exit the live completely and join again and see if you can join the link? Salome is asking, please, will there be a session tomorrow? No, tomorrow there will be no session, but there will be a session on Monday. If you want to be interviewed before an interview on Monday, just send me a DM. I'll make sure I'll get time for a phone call. That'll be the easiest way out. But tomorrow, Sunday, there is no session. Um,
My
Pakwesi,
interview is on Sunday morning.
yeah, Chris, is it Chris?
Yeah, Chris.
Yeah, you can send me a message and we'll see if we can talk over the phone before you go for your interview because that funding story just threw me off.
Okay, no problem. Thank you very much.
Yeah, Pakwesi, are you ready to be interviewed?
Yes, please.
Okay, Bright, can you take over?
Parkway, so before we start, can you just
So before we start, if you want to be interviewed, please join the link. And this is the last call out. We've spent almost 2 hours on this live. If you still want to be interviewed, join the link. We will do it once and for all. If nobody's joined the link after Pakwesi, then we will drop the call and begin a session from Monday through Friday. If you want to be interviewed prior to Monday, just send me a message and I'll see how we can fit that in our schedules. Bright, let's go.
Hello, Pakwesi. Can you just tell me quickly
Yes, please.
the funding situation and the
Okay, so
course?
I'm going to University of Texas Silicon Valley.
Okay, yeah, Texas.
The course is master, and my deficit is 24,470.
The course is Master of what? Can you come again? What is the course?
The course is Master of Accountancy.
Okay. So what did you study in your undergraduate? And what was your thesis
Please,
about?
okay, so I studied BSc in Business Administration Accounting, and my research course was the relationship between financial literacy and depositor discipline in the universal banks in Ghana. So the research was about the relationship between financial literacy and depositor discipline in universal banks in Ghana, and we made a conclusion showing that financial literacy has no influence on depositor discipline.
Okay. Then what stimulated your interest in studying accounting at the first place?
Okay, so I've always wanted to be an accountant, that's a chartered accountant. So this led me to read business in my SHS, and then I continued my BSc in Business Administration Accounting in the University of Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology.
So you okay. Pakwesi, so one day you woke up and you wanted to be a chartered accountant. What happened?
Okay, so I've always wanted to be an accountant. Uh, I mostly keeps my friends' money. I always keeps everybody's money when I was in JHS. So this gingered me to read business in SHS, and then I continue in my university days where I read accounting, and then I want to
Okay.
read master of.
So I think so now you get it. You get it that when I ask you that why do you want to study accounting? Why did you have passion for accounting from the beginning? You don't have a solid answer for it. If your
Okay,
visa interview is not close, you have to get a solution for that. So what stimulated your interest in studying accounting? You have to get a well written, structured answer for that. Okay. So you studied accounting because you realized that maybe one of your uncles was making a lot of money, but he wasn't managing the money well. And you saw his end, where he later on started begging money from the family, but he was somebody who was making more money first. So that stimulated your interest to understand why he couldn't manage his money. Then you realize the answer was to study financial accounting. You see, if you tell me that, that makes sense.
okay,
So I'm not trying to give you the solution to it, but like you can develop something around it. You understand? So now let's continue.
okay, yes.
How many schools did you apply to?
I applied to three schools. That is the University of Texas Silicon Valley, Ball State University, and then Texas State University, where I got admission for all of them. But I chose University of Texas Silicon Valley because of their research interest. And then they have an outstanding faculty. That's the Robert Circle Business and Entrepreneurship. And this aligns with my interests because they help students in research and also give students the chance to teach others because this aligns with my interests. I've always organized classes for people who are needed, and then
Mark,
they are
when
still
is
on
your
their way.
interview?
Hello,
Yeah, when is your interview?
is July 7th.
Okay, there's time. But um I asked you about the course, right? I asked you about how
Yes.
many universities, which means that I was asking you. I ask normally when you are asked how many universities do you apply to, you normally say, "Oh, I applied to university A, B, C, D, and I got admission in all of them." But because of this reason, I chose this. And then you can end it there.
Okay.
But you see, you were saying a lot of things. You now you know what you were saying, cry. Now you went to organizing classes for children and things, which wasn't needed. So how many schools did you apply to? I applied to three schools: University of Texas at Grant something, University of Texas or University of Colorado. I got admission into all the three schools, but I decided to go with University of Texas at Grandview because their researches aligned with my research. And when I made more searches on it, I came across Professor ABCD, who researches into financial literacy and so for the minority in the community, which is something that highly aligns with what I want to do. After speaking with him and he accepting that I'll work with him whenever I get admission into the school, I went ahead to choose University of Grand Road or whatever. Is that not better than saying you are you like teaching and things? Do you get it?
Yes.
This is not the first time you are joining. This is like the third time or so, or the fourth time, right?
No, this is the second time.
This is the second time. Okay. So do you
Yes.
see how I just place why you chose that university? When they ask you
Yes.
why Texas State University or Texas Grand University, don't you see the way I answered it looks more appetizing? So when they ask you the question, how many universities did you apply to? Or why Texas State University or the university you are going to? Try and answer it in that way. You understand?
Yes, please.
Yeah. Okay. Now the next step. Let's go to the next question. How are you going to fund your studies?
Okay, so I have a scholarship, which is the Ford Endowment Fund. That covers 10% of my tuition. My uncle, Mr. John Kosidanso, is funding my deficit. He owns a construction company where they deal with roads, high roads, and then deals with buildings. He earns an annual salary of $86,000.
Okay. So I think you are on the right path with that. But it would be good if you add that maybe your uncle has sponsored you or your uncle sponsored you through your undergraduate and is committed to continue sponsoring you. You understand? So how I'm going to find my studies? I got a scholarship which covers about 10% of my total education funds. The rest of the fund is going to be covered by my uncle, Mr. Kwesi Danso, who happens to be a civil engineer and works in ABCD company as a transportation engineer or as so and so. He earns an annual income of so and so. Is he the owner of the company?
Yes, please, he's the owner.
Okay, my uncle, who is the owner of the company ABCD and has a workforce of 25 people who help design roads and build roads here in Ghana. He's been sponsoring me since my undergraduate and is highly committed to continue and dedicated to continue sponsoring me to attain my master's in uh, Texas State University. After which
Yeah.
I'll come back to Ghana and work in his firm as a forensic accountant to determine. You understand? Don't you like
Okay.
that? I hope you get it. So,
Yes,
since
please.
your interview is far, with the things we've gone through right now, you go and write a good transcript. Then you come back again, then we see where you've reached. But anyway, let me continue to ask the very last question. What are your plans after graduating?
Okay, after successful completion of my 2-year master's degree, I will return back to Ghana to attend a senior accounting assistantship in the University of Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology, College of Engineering Finance Office, and also continue my non-profit making organization where I conduct classes for civil senior school students in their final examination.
Okay. Um, this is good. This is good. But for me, if I were to be you, I would have stated I'll come back and come and work in my uncle's company since he's the one sponsoring me. That is what I would have said. But saying that you come
Oh,
back and
okay.
work in Kwame University of Science and Technology accounting office is also not a bad thing. But I just think you need more prep. You have to prep the answers more, then everything will be fine.
Okay.
Thank you so much. Emmy, what do you have to say?
Thank you.
Basically the same thing. So yeah, once the visa is in July, I think we can do more prep sessions with him to get the answers correct.
Okay.
Yeah. If I think somebody asked a question. This question. Please give me a second. Let me find the question. How do you explain it when your I-20 is being updated and the course name on it does not reflect the actual name or the course you are going for? So I don't know. I understand this in two ways. Did they make a mistake on your I-20, and then your course is actually different, or so my course was global business management, but on my I-20 was stated as management science, because they state the courses based off the fact that is it STEM or non-STEM. So even though it was global business management, on my I-20 it was management science, and interview we're told to use global business management because they do understand the code. So if that is the case, then you can mention the name of your program, unless they actually made a mistake in stating the name of your course. Then you would have to like make sure that if you go for the visa interview and the question comes up, then you want to say you have reached out to the international students office to rectify the mistake on your I-20. So the question can be two ways. It can be the actual name of the program is just different on the I-20 because of the course code for STEM classification. I don't know, Christiana, if you are still here and want to give more details. It can be two ways. It can actually be the name of the program, or that I think we will take Sally and then we'll be done for the day. Sally,
Yes.
right? You
Good
can
evening.
interview Sally and then we'll be done.
Okay. Hello, Sally.
Hi, good
Okay.
evening.
Before we begin, can I have a little bit information about your school and the course you are going to read, and if you have any deficit?
Okay, so my school is Dickinson State University in North Dakota.
Okay.
My cost of attendance is 23,000,
Okay.
$23,000, and I have a scholarship of $2,600.
Okay.
This is my second attempt.
Yeah. Don't be discouraged. Everything will be fine.
Thank you.
And what course are you going to study?
Bachelor's in nursing.
Okay. So Sally, what stimulated your interest to study nursing?
Okay, so I've always wanted to help people in their most vulnerable states. So during my high school days, I used to volunteer in our local church hospital, and I had the opportunity to witness the impact nurses made in the lives of people. This drawn my interest in health services. So after high school, I went for a 2-year diploma nursing degree, which I completed in 2018. And after, I was employed at Amedia Teaching Hospital, where I've been working with them for 3 years now. And during my working experience, I've realized that those in the rural areas lack maternal health delivery. So I have the passion to keep this challenge. This is the reason why I want to pursue my bachelor's degree program.
Oh, that's very fantastic. I really love that for you. Okay. So how many schools did you apply to?
I applied to 3 schools: Cedar Crest College, University of Maryland, Eastern Shore, and Dickinson State University. What drawn my attention to Dickinson is because they are ranked the third school providing nursing program in the North Dakota state. Additionally, they have one-on-one coaches for all nursing students. Dickinson State University is located in a rural area, and having the passion to help keep maternal health delivery in the rural areas, I see Dickinson State as As a
You are
as
doing so well already. You are doing so well. You seem the Kitty State to represent a typical place where you'd work when you go back into to Ghana. So yeah. So what will be your plans after graduation?
So, with the skills that I'll be acquiring, my ultimate goal is to become a skilled nurse practitioner, where I will use the skills to train the nurses so that we can help provide quality health services pertaining to maternal health delivery. In order for us to have a healthy child and a healthy mother during delivery, I also have a goal of creating an NGO where we'll be moving from the villages to educate them
That's
on the
great.
importance
That's
of.
great. So how are you planning to fund your studies?
So, officer, I'll be funding my deficit in two ways. Aside the scholarship I attained, the rest will be taken care of by my stepdad, who happens to be the general manager of G&J Technical Services. He also owns three hostels at GDSC where he puts up for rent and earns an annual income of $90,000. Additionally, I have a steady leave with pay where I'll be using that money for any miscellaneous costs that may arise. And officer, my stepdad has been the one sponsoring me and my siblings after he remarried to my mom in 2018 after we lost our dad. He also sponsored his niece to study a master's degree in computer science at University of Hamburg, Germany. And right now, she's back and taking up the role of a senior software engineer at J&J Technical Services.
Oh, that's excellent. I'm approving your visa. I think you have all
Thank
your
you.
things, you have everything planned very well. And all I can say is that we just keep praying and everything will go on well. Yeah,
Thank you.
you're welcome.
Amy, today I did well.
Yeah, I can see that today you've done really well, like very, very well. So yeah. Uh, she said today I did well. Yeah, that's good news. That's what we are looking for, and that's the purpose of the prep. So I'm glad you are doing well. When did you say your interview was again?
3rd July.
Okay, 3rd July is a bit far, so we still have more time to prep.
Okay, tomorrow will there be a section?
No, we will do another session on Monday.
Oh, okay. I
Yeah,
wanted a friend to join, so I'll inform.
Yeah,
yeah,
but I'm thinking maybe Amy should do a session tomorrow because tomorrow is Saturday. A lot of people will
and
be.
then a lot of people are home.
So maybe Amy should take
Okay,
through it. Yeah.
okay. Bright will join because I'm exhausted. Um, yeah. So we will see if we can do, even if it's 1 hour, we will see if we can do a session tomorrow. So if you're in the WhatsApp page, I'll communicate it duly, right? Um, Yeah, so basically no one is in the session again. Thank you all so much for joining. We are planning to do a session tomorrow. If it comes off, I'll share the link across the WhatsApp platforms. You can text me, but if your question is something that you can put in on the general WhatsApp page, please do well to do so. Please like this session and leave a comment if you want. Share the link to other people, like Ines is saying. AC is saying she's going to recommend it to a friend. Just share it to other people, and please subscribe to the channel. That's the only way you can say thank you to me, because today is almost 2 hours 30 minutes of my Friday. So yeah, just subscribe to the channel. My analytics always tells me that the people that join the live, like only 20% have subscribed. So please do well to subscribe to the channel. We'll meet again tomorrow. Continue to put your transcript together. If you get the feedbacks, please work on them. Like I just said on the call, that someone texted me they got their visa denied. Obviously, I didn't ask if they don't join my prep, but they asked me they wanted me to prep them. So I'm thinking they did not join the prep. They went to say that their uncle is funding them, but they did not say the job the uncle was doing or how much he was earning. So that brings me to answering the question someone asked on the pay, that do you always have to state the annual of the person who is funding you? Yes, it brings more credibility to your submission, and also that's one way the visa officer is able to assess the sufficiency of the funds. Because if you don't say how much the person is earning already, the US and the visa officer is very individualistic, thinking that only your mom and your father should be so invested in your education. So if your uncle is funding you, convince me why your uncle will stay to that commitment. How much is he making? Does he have other children? You can check out the videos I did not live session. I did videos on this, how to answer if your uncle is funding you. I'm like, how to fund your deficits. Videos like that are on there. So make sure that you are taking these feedback. And now we have to prep again because he's booking another session. Mind you, the process to get a date is so hard. So if you get the opportunity to get a visa interview, it's better to join prep sessions and get your story right. Like you can join prep sessions for a month, and once your story is right and you go in and it's approved, it's worth it than going and your visa is denied and you have to look for another date. If you don't get another date, all your effort to securing partial funding, full funding, admission, all has gone to waste. And that is why the visa session is a very important and crucial part of this journey. Yeah, so without much being said, please work on your transcript, take the feedback, join sessions. One YouTuber that I was interviewed on a channel so was like, you need a cocktail of information to get your visa approved. So don't stick to one channel. If it's a lot of channels you have to go on to get diverse opinions, do that. The goal is not to be a follower of one YouTube person. The goal is to be like have a cocktail of information or have diverse opinions that will help you. So thank you so much for joining today's section. It's been a really long one. And I see people in the guest session, but I'm not taking anybody again. I have to go attend to other commitments. We are going to make sure we do a session tomorrow because a lot of people are home and they are not working, so we are anticipating massive turnouts. So share the link out to the channel, and then I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.